That's what matters.
It's a word. It's all it takes. But the thing about me is lazy.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Okay, we got Lewis and Josh. They're about to play handball right now. Say hello, guys.
Yo, what's up?
Lewis, would you like to say something to the people watching? What you're gonna show us today?
Well, today we're gonna have a basic structure of how handballs work, what handball players can do, right? In other words, I'm a handball player myself, Josh too as well, and we're gonna show you a great performance of good handball players. Our street handball is collaborated here in New York City, so we're gonna show you something how the New York City style, handball-wise.
Okay, thank you, Lewis. And later we'll talk more, and I got more questions for you later. Thank you so much, Lewis and Josh.
No problem.
All right, thank you.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Luis Montano, and before every handball game, it's very important for you to warm up because your body, you can get hurt very easily. You can get hurt in your arms, your legs, your thighs, you name it, your foot, your feet, your fingers. I stress so much, and many handball players will as well. You gotta warm up. You gotta warm up no matter what. You want to perform good. You want to give a good performance, and you want to be at your best. You gotta warm up. You gotta warm up, and you gotta warm up those muscles. Not your shots will not come out. Well, today I'm gonna show you some basic warm-ups, in which can prevent you from getting hurt, pulling the muscle, messing up your thighs, your feet, etc. And basic exercise. It's very important to start with the neck stretch. So the first basic exercise would be the neck stretch, right? So we'll start by rotating from the left. So 1, 2, 3, to the right. Go back. 1, 2, 3. Shoulders a little bit. Might feel a crack, it's alright. And then just the left a little bit more. 3, then to the right. 3. That's a basic stretch of the neck. The hand exercise, so you don't mess up the wrist. The wrist is very important when it comes to handball, picking up the ball, lobbing the ball, volleying the ball. It's very important. And also the shoulders, right? So basic exercise that is good. People that want to play handball, that are already in the handball sport, I would recommend, advise to do. So we'll start with the basic movement of the gesture, the wrist. So first is the right. So this is very important. All of this.
And that's to prevent what?
That's to prevent from really when you pick up the ball, you do a certain gesture with your hand. Like I do a certain gesture when I pick up the ball with my left or my right. So you need to exercise it, because if not, then you pick it up wrong, or you could probably hurt it, or you're in the process of picking it up. You know, you're going against force and gravity, so you got to make sure when you pick it up, it's nice and smooth. And then also the shoulders. The shoulders are very important because when you're forcing the ball so much, with your right or your left, depending on how you're hitting it, the shoulders are very important. So you got to make sure you stretch the shoulders a little bit. And also works here, because the muscle that you have here, it stretches it a little bit, and it gives it that leverage of not getting cramped up, which is very important. Because if your hands cramped up, then you can't play handball. And it's called handball for a reason. So
Very interesting. Thank you, Lewis.
You know, so you do probably, I say 5 to top 30 or 20 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds maybe, or even less. You could be very sore from the top of the shoulders, but it's okay, because so try to warm it up a little bit, and you'll see the difference. You'll feel the difference in the shoulders, right?
Is that how you stretch them?
Yeah, I stretch it like this because I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable like this, but you can stretch however you stretch. You can stretch up, left side, right? Because the main purpose is just stretching this right here. So it's only if you feel like you're stretching it.
Top shoulder?
Yeah, your shoulder, and that means you're doing a right job. So this will work. This is the most old-fashioned one, right?
And
put it over your head, to.
And if it hurts, what does that mean? That you're sore?
That you're probably sore or you're probably not used to it. So I mean, you don't try to go all the way because you might hurt it, but just go into whatever you can.
As far as you can,
As far
right?
as you can, exactly. With both hands. So just you don't get cramped up, and when you put in the ball, you don't feel like your hands are heavy. Nobody wants to feel with heavy hands. Nobody wants to work with heavy hands for playing, especially competing in a high prestige sport. You know, you're trying to move all over the place with the ball, from left to right, down, middle, whatever, you name it. So you don't want to walk around with heavy hands. You want to walk around with very light hands. It's easy to move back and forth with your hands. Place the ball in the court, put it back and forth and volley it. So that's very important for me. I would recommend it highly. So the shoulders and also the legs. But we'll move on to that later on.
Thank you, Louis, because I understand that it's very easy to get hurt if you don't stretch before every game, right?
It's easily. I mean, a lot of people don't. Maybe they do a lot of work in the top and not a lot of work in the bottom. Meaning the feet, you need to stretch everything. Your thighs, also your feet. You know what I mean? Because if not, you land wrong, then you could break your ankle easily. And if if you're not wearing the right shoes, it all depends on here. You don't want to wear a very tight shirt. You know, you want to wear maybe not too loose, but a shirt that you can stretch in. You know, not very tight because that also messes up with the performance of your game. If you're performing, it will not really be at your top. It can mess up with the volume of the return of the ball with your shoulders and your hand and your feet as well. You need to be, maybe some shorts in the summer, not really pants. I wouldn't really recommend pants. And high top shoes. You need high top shoes to support the ankle because if not, you probably break it.
Are those the shoes we're supposed to wear?
Most likely. I mean, I got sponsored. High top, so support the top right here. It's important because if I, God forbid, I go like this, I have some support. I mean, I also wear.
What shoes do you recommend?
Mostly Under Armour, Nike, shoes that's any type of shoes, but that have support from the back. Not shoes that like Roshis, those light shoes that are low tops. No low tops. I would never recommend low tops when you're playing handball. Because if you have like this floor, you can take a look at the floor for me. Like the floor is actually pretty rocky. So if you land here wrong, let's say we land on this pebble here, right? And the foot goes like this, and that's it. You have a low top, you probably break your ankle.
Oh, that's hard.
You're gone for 6 months. You're gone for maybe 12
you don't
months.
want that.
You don't want that because it messes up your game. So the gear is very important. The exercises, the basic exercises, meaning the neck, right? You also have a stiff neck, and you can't return quick, and you can't really. You need everything. In handball, you need every part of your body. Your fingers play a big role. Your thumb, you name it. Your pinky, your toes. Sometimes you need to step. They have steep serves, so you gotta go in and move in. You know, with your toes. You gotta make sure you stay still with your toes. You know, you gotta be very creative with every part of your body. Every part of your body plays a big role. The gesture, the waist. You're going for a spike. The waist plays a big role. Right, left. Everything plays a big role. Your neck. You can see when I go like this, my neck directs this way. So if I have a stiff neck, and if I have a stiff neck in this side, I'm not gonna be able to do it because that's why you need the neck stretch. You need the hand stretch, right? To also the shoulders, wrist stretch, feet stretch. So you see, as you can see, I'm working from top to bottom. So I have a little stretch and everything. My thighs too. Before anything, stretching is very important. And I can't show you everything now because we're not in a yoga class or any of that sort. But stretching is very important. You can find a book on it. You can do it for at least from 15 to 20 minutes. It's something that is important because in any sport, I believe, you need to stretch. If you don't stretch right and you're not doing the materials, you might mess up your performance, and you might mess up in that field that you're working in, soccer field, basketball field, baseball field, and any field you may swimming, you need to stretch. So stretching is something that I would stress, and I would highly recommend people to do. Be more educated in stretching. Maybe 15 or 20 minutes of your time is not a lot. It's something that's very important. You need it no matter what. It would really, you'll see a difference in when you're playing. You'll feel lighter. You feel like you're not really that sore, and you'll be more productive. And your performance will be more fancy, more elegant. It will be very good. So stretching is important. But I'll show you actually 2 more. And I know, and like I mentioned before, you need to make sure when you spike the ball, you're using this. You're using the backbone, right? Your spinal cord, so you need to stretch your waist. And I will show you that. And also when,
Can you show us how to do the waist real quick?
of course, yeah, I mean, it's very basic. You know, you start like this, and you move from left twice, then to the right, a little bit more. Not too much. You're going too far, but just where you feel it, as far as you can go. That's it. Same thing with the left. And then the leg one is, it's very basic as well. Just stretch from here to there. Right. Where you feel that you as far as you can go. See, I'm not over exaggerating. No need for that. Just basic. Maybe 5 to 10 seconds. You know what I mean? And this will help you out because this is something that's important. You need your calves. You need to stretch it. The left. You're gonna do a lot of diving. You're gonna do a lot of pickups. And you need to make sure when you pick up the ball that you don't cramp up or you don't pull a muscle.
Thank you, Luis. Thank you for the demonstration about stretching. So it's very important, people, that we stretch so we prevent from getting hurt. And now Luis is going to demonstrate to us the game of handball. Luis plays for the Nationals, right, Luis?
Yeah, I play for the USHA, United States Handball Association. I recently got a sponsor at the age of 15. I got sponsored at the age of 15 by the USHA. I got sponsored by the ISHA, Inner City Handball Association. And I work with a network marketing company, which is known as Handway. I sponsored as well, and I'm sponsored by Nike. It's tremendously good. Handball is it's a great hobby. It's a sport. A lot of people have a lot of controversy around it. It's not a sport, it's a hobby. But from my perspective, it's one of the best hobbies if you want to other perspective is, as a hobby. People that mention it as a sport, I believe it's a great sport. It's a great sport to join, it's a great sport to do, it's a great hobby. It's very interesting, and you'll learn a lot from it, a lot of different styles. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Luis. And now you're going to show us the game of handball, and we're just going to sit here and watch and learn.
Yeah, of course. One thing about, if you want to learn something, you got to sometimes take notes.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people don't like taking notes, but I'm pretty sure you have a pleasant time here.
Thank you so much, Luis. Thank you
problem.
so much. Now we're going to watch Luis playing handball.